Go to foxsportsdetroit.com/CCHA and learn more about the CCHA Celebrate the Legacy Superfan Contest. There's a chance you could win tickets and accommodations to the CCHA Championship Games and the 2013 Frozen Four in Pittsburgh. So don't delay. Enter today.
He did that. He got him down. He went top shelf, but left-hand leather.
Bryce Williamson on the feed from Mingo. Scores! Matt Berry with 17 seconds left.
Well, hi again, hockey fans. Welcome into week number 8 of CCHA Now. Hope you had a great holiday and a happy new year. My name is Ben Holden. Coming to you here from the Great Lakes Invitational. Michigan and Michigan State met in the semifinals. Michigan skating to a 5-2 win. Western Michigan, they're trying to represent the CCHA and win the GLI, taking on the Michigan Tech Huskies this past week. Western Michigan Broncos, good first half. Michigan and Michigan State looking to get going in the second half of the CCHA season. As we always do here on the show, let's drop the puck first with our top 10 plays of the week. And as we always do, we start with plays 10 through 6. In at number 10 this week, we start at the Joe. GLI semifinal number 1, Western Michigan and MSU. And the big Slabowski, Frank Slabowski, coming up big here on Matt DeBlau, robbing him from point-blank range. In at number 9, GLI third place game. Michigan, their arch rivals MSU. AJ Triace with a great setup to Lee Mafieu rips home the first goal of the game. Blocker side for a 1-0 Michigan lead. A lot more to come from this game later in the top plays of the week. In at number 8, we go to Bowling Green. A big win for the Falcons over Niagara Saturday night. Andrew Hammond, the shutout, and then Dejan Mingo teamed up with Bryce Williamson here for one of 3 Falcon goals. Mingo the shot, Williamson the tip-in a 3-0 win. Play number 7 takes us back to the Joe and the GLI, Michigan and Michigan State on Sunday. Kevin Lynch, the senior, on top of the crease, finds the puck and buries it for the eventual game winner in a 5-2 Wolverine win. In at number 6 this week, we go to Consol Energy Center in Pittsburgh in the Three Rivers Classic. Ohio State took on Penn State, and sophomore Ryan DeZingle, boy, did he ever do his part to try to lead the Buckeyes to victory. His first career hat trick, however, a 5-4 loss. Nevertheless, hats off to DeZingle for a 3-goal effort. Well, moving on here from Joe Louis Arena and the Great Lakes Invitational here on episode number 8 of CCHA Now. It's time for our weekly look at our CCHA Rewind. For that, we go back into the archives to 2007 when Michigan State and Ferris State met. For the Bulldogs, Mitch O'Keefe was the goaltender. Cody Chump was their captain. And for Michigan State, well, they had those Lurg boys, Jeff and Bryant.
Key for Jeff Lurg, no rebound as he gets tested by Adam Miller.
Now it's a loose puck. Who will get there first? It's a 2-on-1. Short-handed, Verdoni's in. He waits right to the goal. Lurgstop scores on the rebound. A short-handed goal. Verdoni's given the Bulldogs a 1-0 lead.
Eric Conway, second of the period. Oh, what a save! Oh, Summerhays! Billy Mayday scores! 4-0 Irish.
Hi, I'm Eric Condra. This is the final season of the CCHA. Come celebrate the legacy at the CCHA Championships at Joe Louis Arena. Go Irish!
Well, it's that point in the show where it's time to look at our CCHA Players of the Week from the past week. And let's see if any of the players that took part representing CCHA teams here at the GLI ended up on the list. Time now to take a look at this week's USCHO.com Top 20 poll, the CCHA, with 3 teams in the poll, and they are all folks in the top 10. Notre Dame remains at number 3 this week. The Miami Redhawks, after being stunned by Robert Morris this past weekend, the Redhawks dropped down to number 6, 1 spot from number 5. Western Michigan, they split down at the Joe at the GLI, of course. They're down 2 to number 10. And Ferris State, the Bulldogs, receiving votes in this week's Top 20 poll. And here's how the schedule looks this week for teams in the CCHA. On Friday, Union at Lake State, Northern Michigan at St. Cloud, Western Michigan up in Bemidji, and Michigan will take on the development program in Ann Arbor. That one on Friday on Comcast. On Saturday, Bowling Green will take on Canisius. That one a noon start in Buffalo. Michigan State at Ferris for a 5:05 start there. Union back up at Lake State. Northern at St. Cloud. And then on the 6th of January, on Sunday, Bowling Green back at it with Canisius at noon. And then coming up next Tuesday, Bowling Green at Michigan, that one on the Big Ten Network. And Notre Dame travels up to Mariucci to take on Minnesota.
This is CCHA Now.
Go Blue! Now back to Ben Holden.
Well, before we go any further in episode number 8 of CCHA Now, I want to say thanks to the folks at Olympia Entertainment and the folks at the Red Wings for letting us up here in the club level to shoot some of our on-camera things. It's a great venue up here, and it's greatly appreciated by our staff. Well, moving on now, our Celebrate the Legacy moment this week, and it features former Spartan player Damon Witten, now an assistant coach at Michigan Tech. He played for Ron Mason at Michigan State. He was gritty and hard-nosed. And speaking of hard-nosed, well, he was teammates with two goaltenders that were just that, Joe Blackburn and Ryan Miller.
Joe and Ryan battled back and forth, and we didn't score in practice. You go down to one end, you got Blackburn, the All-American. You go down to the other end, you got a future Hobie Baker Award winner, and so practices were tough that way. Then late in the year, Ryan kind of won the job over, and he was unbelievable down the stretch that year. I think that must have been my junior year, his sophomore year, I believe, and then that next year was magical. What a run for him and for our team.
And it's time now to unveil this week's Celebrate the Legacy Team of the Week, and it's, well, one of many great teams that Damon Witten played on up at Michigan State. The 2001 Spartans, they beat Michigan 2-0 in the CCHA Final for the first Mason Cup, of course, the trophy named after Ron Mason, the former Spartan head coach the previous spring in April of 2000. Among the many stars on that team, Ryan Miller, Adam Hall, John Michael Lyles, and, of course, Damon Witten. This week's Celebrate the Legacy Team of the Week. Well, we get more people in the arenas coming up to us saying, hey, why wasn't our team in the top 5 this week? Why wasn't our team in 6 through 10? Well, we do the best we can. There's a lot to work with. Here now, we present to you our top 5 plays of this week. Play 5 takes us down to Florida, where Ferris State took on Minnesota Duluth in the third-place game of the Florida Hockey Classic. Ferris shorthanded a 2-on-1 rush when Corey Kane, well, he opts for the shot. It was the right move. Snaps it home, far side, blocker side. Beautiful goal. Ferris won that game 6-2. In at number 4, we go back to the Joe and the GLI. Dennis Brown of Western Michigan. This kid's got some serious moves in the shootout. Jake Hildebrand, the freshman from MSU, though, wins the battle here with a sweet pad save, denying Dennis Brown right there. In at number 3 this week, the well-traveled Mike Leone. How about this? 3 years ago, he paid for a ticket to watch the GLI. In 2012, he scored the shootout winner in the 4th round to propel Western Michigan into the Great Lakes Invitational Final. In at number 2 this week, this is just a dynamite pass from Luke Moffitt of Michigan. Down on one knee, and he finds Phil DiGiuseppe, a great scoring play in a 5-2 Michigan win over MSU. And in at number 1 this week, Great Lakes Invitational Semis on Saturday, 1-0 Western, but the Broncos absolutely fall asleep in front of their own net. Lee Reimer no-look pass to Matt Berry, who ties the game at 1-1 with 17 seconds left in the game. That was clutch, and that is our number 1 play of the week.
This is CCHA Now. Go Broncos! Now back to Ben Holden.
Well, I always love seeing the young hockey fans at the rink, and we thank the young folks that helped us out this week here on CCHA Now. That's a wrap on this edition, episode number 8. You can always follow us at Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and at ccha.com. For all of our gang here at the Joe, my name is Ben Holden. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the games this coming week, and we'll see you next week with an all-new edition of CCHA Now.